seeing if we can go live right now. Hello, please be live. Nope, it's not live.
What the fudge?
Okay, you know what? Never mind. We're gonna turn this into a recording instead.
Okay.
I'm not streaming anymore, but I'm recording. So let's talk about this
Okay.
before I end off the stream. End off the
Yes.
recording. Okay, so I was walking. There was like this hallway. Um, Let me just try to visualize. Okay, never mind. Fuck it. It was just a hallway. My room was pretty close to the toilet, so I didn't have to walk a lot. So that
My bum.
pretty close to the toilet. So I opened the door. I stepped out of the my bunk and I turned left to go to the toilet, and I was like, I was like fucking groggy and shit. I was groggy. I was like, I don't know what the fuck I was doing, but I walked to the toilet, and after I walked to the toilet, okay, the toilet is like, how do I say this? It's when you go inside, it's like a, how big was the toilet? Imagine like a living room size toilet. There were like six cubicles, like six urinals and like six showers. And the six cubicles are to my right the six cubicles and the six urinals are to my right when I stepped into the toilet, like from the door. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. And the the six showers is, you need to walk to the wall and then turn right. That's the showers. But then the cubicles and the urinals are separated with the no, the showers and the cubicles are separated in between. Like there's a wall in between the showers and
Mhm.
the cubicles.
Mhm.
And but the wall isn't like fully covered. It was just like there was like a space on top that
Mhm.
technically, if you wanted to climb through from the cubicles to the showers, you could.
Mhm.
So and then the, the sink for washing your hands is like to my left when I enter the door. When I
Mhm.
So I entered the door, I instantly turned right, but as I turned right, I heard something like like footsteps. I heard footsteps as I was turned like as I turned to the urinal.
Mhm.
I, so I was like, oh, is somebody here? And I looked at I looked at my phone. It was 3 a.m. It was 3 a.m.
Mhm.
Uh, so I thought to myself, it's not okay. It's not 3 a.m. People shower. I was like, oh, people might be showering at 3 a.m. But because they're like, Muslims, they wake up early in the morning to like do their prayers.
Mhm.
So I was like, at first I was like, yeah, no, it's not that. It's not that. Um, it's not that weird. So I went like peed and then like flushed the urinal and then turned back. And for some reason I didn't look up. I didn't I didn't look at the mirror. I didn't want to look at the mirror, and I looked down. Like I looked at a weird angle. It was like 45 degrees downwards as I
Mhm.
was walking to the sink, because I didn't want to look at the mirror and to look at the stalls at the opposite of the opposite of the wall.
Mhm.
So I was like looking down, and as I reached the sink, I closed my eyes. I turned on the thing. I turned on the I closed my eyes, and I felt for the tap to wash my hands. And after I was done, I was ready to turn left. And as I turned left, I opened my eyes, still looking downwards, and I saw this one fucking crow. It was a crow, okay? It just hit the fucking mirror. I'm like, fuck. I jerked back. I'm like, fuck,
Damn.
dude. And I was like, fuck. I almost screamed. It was fucking scary. And I just doubled back to my bunk, and I was like, okay. And I looked at all the rest of my bunk mates. They were all sleeping. And I was like, okay, maybe that was just me. Maybe there was a crow, and maybe the footsteps was from the crow. Okay. But the foot. Okay, when I opened my eyes, the crow wasn't like in front of me. It hit the mirror beside me as I was about to walk out of the toilet. That
Damn.
was some fucking scary shit, man. I will never forget that.
Did the crow live?
I don't know. I didn't bother looking at it. I fucking doubled back to my bunk.
Yeah, I think that would be the time where you'd be like, oh yeah, nope, frick that noise. Nope, nope.
I was fucking out in there, dude. Anyway, speaking of like, okay, so not the doi the. Right. There was more stuff that I heard, and this wasn't from me. This was from my buddy doing BMTC, and my like bunkmate basically. So there was one day, my bunkmate, his name was Ideal, and he's a Muslim. So, but he woke up because he couldn't. I don't know why, but he couldn't sleep. I think it was like he woke up from something. I don't know what. But so okay, I need to explain the bunk. Okay, fuck it now. The bunk is is also like a living room size, and then there were 10 beds. Okay, left there were 5 beds. Right there were another 5 beds. So it was like it's like, you know, when you're walking down the hallway, like a hallway, and then there's like 5 beds just laying out side by side. And then for the left side, the cupboards were in front of the bed, but for the right side, the cupboards were beside the bed. Get what I mean? Wait, am I live right now?
Are you?
Yes, you are.
Oh, what the fuck? I am live. Okay.
Now you're live.
Now I'm live. Hello. What the fuck?
Very poor quality, but yeah.
Thanks,
No, because
YouTube.
the webcam is very poor quality. Okay, so the bunk. Okay, now I can use. Okay, it's the bunk. The bunk is like. Okay, let me use that fucking thing again. Okay, listen. The bunk. All right, imagine the bunk, like this.
Yes. Okay.
And then
All right.
left side were 5 bunks, like 5 beds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right side, same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But then, let's say, imagine the left. Okay, this is one of the beds, and then the cupboard was here in front of the bed. But then,
Yes.
for the right side, let's say this was one of the beds, and then the cupboard was here, right beside the bed. That was thing. My Ideal, this is door. He was sleeping. His bed was here. It was the first bed basically.
Okay.
And he oversaw, and he woke up. He wanted to go to the toilet, but then as he sat up from like he was lying down, and he sat up, and then he saw like, okay, across the room, like, okay, if he was like here, across the room, this was the last bed 10, and then beside here, the 9th bed. He basically saw the 9th bed, and the cupboard was like, it was open, and then like one side slowly closed, and then it opened again, and then it closed again. It did this for like 3 or 4 times, and then the hanger that was on the cupboard fell down. Doesn't that just it? Okay, so the hanger that was on one side of the cupboard, it was like that, and then suddenly, just like that.
Oh
And then after
god.
that, and after that, it slammed closed, and I pump, just like a small, like a small sound, like a small thud. It's like pump, and and then and that was what he told me, and I was like, fuck, dude, that was some weird shit.
That's some freaky bingo.
Yeah,
Why am I
ghost
hearing a
story.
ghost story at night? Because we were on the topic of what was the topic again? Supernatural.
It
Yeah,
was supernatural.
experiences with the supernatural. It was the
Sorry, let's skip. Let's move on to the next subject.
what do you what do you guys want to talk about next?
Well, there was that what is the most memorable dream thing that I've.
What's the most memorable dream? Okay, I have another one. Um, this was it was like a for some reason. Okay, it was like a me. I had a dream where I was back in. I had this dream when I graduated secondary school. When I dropped out of polytechnic, after like it was somewhere around this time period where I was working in Starbucks. I had this dream, so, but the dream has nothing to do with Starbucks. It has something to do with my secondary school. So, uh, I I was I dreamt, and the start of the dream was after after no, it wasn't after class. It was after recess. It was a Monday. I don't know why I remember that was a Monday. Oh, it's because D&T classes were on Monday, and the dream started in the D&T class. So after recess, it was D&T class for 2 hours. Um, I was in a lecture with my teacher and all my classmates. I was sitting on a long table. The table was like from 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 like here to like all the way over there. It could sit like you could sit like maybe 6 or 7 people, like side by side. So that was where the dream started, and I was like I remember I was like opening like a really thick textbook. It was like this thick. My D&T textbook was this thick, and I opened it. I was like flipping through to get to the chapter that I wanted to go. Then I looked left and I saw my friend. He was one of my pretty good friends at the time. I mean, we're still friends, but not that close anymore. Her name was Maria. So Maria and I were uh, together, and then she said like, "Oh, I forgot to bring my textbook," and I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'll sit over. I'm gonna share with you." So lessons finishes, everything goes well, and I was about to go home. All right, but then because I was everybody was like so eager to go home. It was like Monday blues, everybody. So everybody was just like packing their shit and just fuck off from the door, and then the door was like closed, and then even the teacher left. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna leave the room to you guys. If you guys want it for like your project, you can. No, wait, the teacher didn't leave. The teacher didn't leave. The teacher was sitting on a table, sitting on a chair on the teacher's table, and he was like, you guys should probably get out soon. I want to close this room already. And then we were like, yeah, sure. So me and her, we packed up our shit. We stood up, go back out to the door. We opened the door, and everything was like normal. It was like hallway, but then we saw at the end of the hallway. It was like a long hallway. This was like the my the lecture room was here, and we needed to go all the way back to the hallway to go to the bus stop. The bus stop was there, but then we were here, and then we needed to go we needed to walk basically. But then there was another bus stop at the other side. Like there was a staircase down, and then if you walk towards that direction, there was another bus stop. But that wasn't a bus stop that we wanted to go. But as soon as we started walking towards the end of the hallway started turning white. Everything started turning like white basically. and then it was like it was like a wave. Imagine like you're in a hallway, and then suddenly the end of the hallway just somebody paints the walls of the hallway white. Like there was this thing that was painting everything white, and it was like quickly just traveling towards us, and we're like, what the fuck is that? So we obviously our first instinct was to run. Me and Maria, us both, we just ran down the staircase, fuck off to the bus stop, and then we took a bus. We took a bus to the mall. The bus ends at a mall, and that mall was like a pretty popular mall in in west side of Singapore, I would say that. So we stopped there, and then we noticed that everything else except the bus sorry everything else except the bus stop, the bus, and the mall, everything else was white. Okay, except the bus, like, and the bus stop and the mall. And so like the roads were white, the sky was like white color, there was like no shadow, like all the people in the bus was white. And then we were like, what the fuck is happening? Like, why is everything white? And we're like, why are we not white? Are you guys still there?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
I
I'm
was like-
listening.
Still here. I was about to comment that it sounds like this starting to sound like some visual novel simulation crap. This is starting to sound like
You guys,
oh snap.
you guys remember? Okay, I don't know if you guys know about this game, but it's like the dream reminded me of Super Hot.
Oh yeah, no, I know that game. Yeah.
You know the game? Yeah. Okay, it reminded me of Super Hot. So, basically all the people in there, they were like, so it was fucking weird, man. And so we went into the mall because that was the only thing that wasn't white. So it implied that we needed to go into the mall, so we did. And then yeah, everything in the mall wasn't white, but then the people inside the mall was also white, was still white. So we kind of theorized that, oh, maybe everything that was white is not important, and we had something to do with the mall. So we knew, and then it took us a little bit more to find out that, oh shit, we're being transported back into the past, because everything was looking pretty like old-ish. Like it wasn't that old, but it was like 10 years old, like 10 years before. So because I think we saw something, I think it was like a poster that wasn't white, that it said like, oh, the big festival is coming soon, and like, oh, join us, like light show, all those stuff, and at like this date. And we saw the date, it was like 2001 or something. So it was basically, and the time was back when I was still in my secondary school, it was 2016. So it was like 15 years, we were 15 years off. So we knew like, oh shit, we're being transported into the past. We need to find a way to go back. So my first instinct was like, let's find it like a tunnel or whatever. Hold on, let me adjust the lighting.
Why?
Wait, I'm gonna adjust the lighting. Oh god. Fucking out. Is this better? Yeah, this is better. So what we decided to do was to, god, why is this lighting so hard to fucking get? Okay. Where was I again? Where was I?
College, right? Okay.
You were talking about
Oh yeah,
something
finding,
about the
okay.
past and the festival and
So Maria was like saying we should find a tunnel, like to see where it leads us, and then I was like we should look at things that should give us a hint of what we should do. so we started like we started going store to store, and then we started going store to store, and then we like find, because you know in a mall there's like a lot of like stores, and then like everything, there's just like a little bit of everything. So we went from store to store, and then what we realized was that every time we enter a store, the things that doesn't matter would turn white. So if we enter the store and everything instantly turned white, that means that what we need to do has nothing to do with this store. So I stepped in, everything turned white, I stepped back out. I stepped back out, and then we go to the next store. So this is what we did for like a full 10 minutes, 15 minutes, because there was like so many stores. We went from like, we started from like first floor to the second floor to the third floor to the fourth floor, and then finally the fifth floor, which was like the cinema. So like we went up to the cinema, ran in like to every cinema room. They had like 10 cinemas, like movie rooms. And then Maria found out that on I think it was like 7, movie room 7, on the big screen it showed 3 question marks instead of just a white screen. So obviously that was a clue. And Maria told me, okay, I saw this big screen on like movie room 7, there was like 3 question marks. I'm like, 3 question marks? I'm like, So we were thinking, so it might be 3 questions, it might be like 3 things that we needed to find. I don't know what we decided, but apparently it was like we needed to find 3 things. So we started going to the rest of the stores, and then I went to the place that I worked to last. Like, I remember my first job was in that mall. I got my first job in that mall. It was a part-time bookshop assistant, and I remember bringing like, okay, I wouldn't say I remember, but like I usually bring like an umbrella into work, because last time it was like it was rainy season, if I'm not wrong. So I went into the store, everything turned white except for that umbrella in the corner. So I was like, that umbrella looks familiar, I think that's mine. So I ran in, I took the umbrella, and I think it triggered something. I don't know what it did, but we triggered something. So we triggered something, and then all of a sudden, from the basement, because there was a basement that we didn't search yet. From the basement, there was like something like some noise was in the basement, because in the mall it was like absolute quiet, like there was no noise except for us running, like, so you hear like footsteps, and then you would hear like nothing else, like us panting. I could hear her panting from like 3rd floor when I was on a 5th floor. That was what I was like hearing all this time. And then suddenly I hear rumbling in basement 1. And I was like, oh shit. And I ran back out, because I was on the 4th floor. The bookshop was at the 4th floor, and then she was at 2nd floor. I was like, Mara, can you hear me? And it was like, then she shouts from below, yeah, I can hear you. I'm like, I heard something. Then she's like, yeah, I heard it too. And we were like, oh, something is happening. So I was like, oh shit, we gotta move. Do you want to check out the basement? And I'm like, and she's like, yeah, go for the basement. And
This is one long ass dream.
yeah, it is. It kind of is. Okay. After I finish talking about this story, if you guys have nothing else to share, I'll just end the stream. Anyway, back to it. We ran down the basement, and we saw this, like, instead of white things, like there was another hallway, and at the end of the hallway it was red. It was like blood. So like it was blood, and then something tells me that if we touch the blood we die. So, and it was spreading too. Yeah, so I was like, oh shit, we need to do something. And then out of the corner of my eye, I saw a door that wasn't red. That wasn't white. It had its own color. It was like orange or something, and then the red was almost reaching the door. We had like 5 seconds, and for some reason, Maria just dashed in front of me, took my hand. We just fucking ran over to the door, opened it. It was like fucking. It was a tunnel. She saw a tunnel, so it was like, it was a tunnel that like as she said it. So we ran across, fucking closing the door behind us. But then the red was like invading the door already, so we had to run. We ran like all the way. It was like fucking. It was fucking tiring. It was like a fucking 5 minute straight run. Keep in mind, last time I wasn't athletic. I was nowhere near athletic. Unlike now, I'm pretty. I would say I'm pretty fit right now, but not last time.
Last time was training.
So I was like, and then Mario was like, look, the exit. I'm like, yeah, let's go. Then we opened the door, opened the exit door, ran back. There was like stairs. We ran back up the stairs, and then we're back at the school. We're back at my secondary school. And then we're like, oh shit, okay, we probably don't have much time. To find two other things, because I recalled back to the cinema thing. So we found one, which was an umbrella, and then she said that we should go back to the D&T room to see if we can find anything else. And so we went back, and we saw like on the D&T room, on the table where we sat at the beginning of the dream, there was the D&T textbook that was open. So I was like, Mara, grab that, grab. Fuck my English. So I was like, Mara, grab that. And he's like, yeah, okay, I got it. Then it was apparently that was a second item that we needed to get. So there was a last item that we needed to get to, I think, to like get back to our own like timeline or something. And then by the time we grabbed the second item, again, the red was like spreading. So we were like, shit, but we don't know how. But there was only two places that we can go, like the school or the mall. And then the mall, I'm pretty sure, it's already been like infected by the red. So we had to like see what was going on. And then I was like, Mara, we should go to the other bus stop that we didn't go at the beginning of the dream. So Mara was like, yeah, sure, let's run over. Then we ran it. We reached the bus stop, and instead of the bus, what came was like this weird cube thing. It looked like a bus. It wasn't cube. It was a cuboid. Yeah, it was a cuboid thing. About the size of a bus, a little bit smaller. I would say like a van, maybe, the size of a van. We stood here. We were like, should I touch it? Because I had a like instinct to touch it. So I was like, I touched the thing, and then the thing just like, whoop! It fucking sucked me in. And I was like, Mario was like, no, wait. And then we both got sucked into this thing. And I woke up in the dream, not in real life. I woke up in the dream to find myself, I was like in front of my house, like my current house, this house. So I was at the gate, I was outside the gate, and then I had no remote control, anything, so I had to like climb over the fence, and then I had to climb over the door, and I had to, like, Mara basically was like I helped her up. We went through, and then we opened like the main door. For some reason it wasn't locked, so I was like, yeah, okay. And then everything else, like what you see like in my living room right now, is like white. Everything is white as usual. So we went upstairs, went to my room, and then everything was white except for this remote control. It was like the remote control is something of like this size. Like remote control was like this size. It was the same color, black color, and then lying on the bed on my supposed bed, but it was white. And then the remote control was black. So obviously, I entered my room and I could see the remote control. So I was like, took it. Then, and again, the rats would start spreading, but this time, it started spreading from first floor, like here. I was in the middle of the staircase. I looked down. The rat was like fucking on the floor, and it was invading the staircase. I'm like, Mario, no, we gotta jump. We gotta jump out the balcony. So we did, and then we ran. And then we fucking ran, and then like, as we jumped out of the balcony, we landed on the first floor. The rat just immediately started spreading, so we had to like run. We ran again, so like we ran out to the main street, and by then we were like fucking tired because we ran before, and then like we woke up and then we ran again, and everything was fucking tired. So finally, if I'm not wrong, what happened was we met somebody, and then who said, he was just like, oh, have you guys gathered the 3 things? I'm like, yes, we did. And then he's like some kind of wizard, and then he like asked us to like stand on the like this weird magic circle thing. So I held Maria's hand, and she looked at me and she was like, I don't know how to feel about this. And I'm like, yeah, same. And it was like the weirdest fourth wall. Have you ever experienced like the moment where you were lucid dreaming? Have you guys experienced lucid dreaming?
Mm-hmm.
It was
Somewhat,
like that
yes.
kind of moment, except it was like a lucid dream fourth wall break kind of moment. And I was like, thinking back, I was like, whoa, this is fucking weird. Like, why the fuck did my brain have like this kind of imagination?
You can make a fucking RPG Maker game with this.
I don't know. Okay, so anyways, it was just like that, and then after that, I woke up on my bed again, not literally, in the dream. I woke up, in the dream, and then I went to school. It was Tuesday, so in the school Tuesday there wasn't any D&T class, so we weren't like, okay, me and Mario, we're from different classes, but we took a common subject of like, and that's D&T. So in Tuesday there wasn't D&T classes, so there wasn't like, we didn't meet each other until like after school, where apparently it was like, supposedly we was being sent back into our own timeline, and everything was good. So I went to Maria's classroom. She just finished class as well as I did, and then I was like, yo, Maria, you know what happened yesterday? I'm like, Maria was like, yeah, you mean like all those things that we've been through? I'm like, oh, so you do remember? So I'm like, then she's like, yeah. I'm like, then she was like, wait, did you experience that as well? I'm like, yeah. And it was like fucking weird, and then I just woke up, like actually this time. It was
That was a wild ride.
There we go.
It was the most fucking wildest dream of my life, dude. I'm surprised I fucking like remembered everything. And what I remember after I woke up was like, after I woke up, I was like, whoa. Cause I woke up, I looked out the window and everything was white. I'm like, but no, it was just sun. I'm like, yeah, okay, thank God.
Literally, that was like the most anime thing. Like, you wake up, you look outside. Oh God, it's not. Oh, okay. Like, it's not over. Oh wait, yes it is. Okay.
So that was my fucking most memorable dream of my life.
Shoot, man.
Yep. I hope you guys enjoyed the story.
I did.
Yeah.
I did very much.
Well, any of you guys have anything to say before I want to end off the stream?
Dude, nope, nope. I don't got anything. My brain's blank.
Same here.
It's been filled with that dream.
Okay, then
Mhm.
sure, sure. All right, thank you guys for tuning into the stream. Thank you to Spec and Zoom here along for the podcast. I'll see you guys next week, same time, same day, Saturday, 9 p.m. GMT. What's GMT again? Greenwich Mean Time. Yes, Greenwich Mean Time, +8. Don't forget the +8 because otherwise, if you're going +0, that is 1 p.m. 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next week with new topics. Feel free to feel free if you want to contribute to any of the topics. Join my Discord server in the description below. It's like right there in the first link in the second link in the description. The first link is for supporting me. If you want to donate to me, feel free. Second link in the description. Join the server. Tell me who you are, and then go into my server. There's a channel in my server called Podcast Topics where you can literally post anything, and if I find it interesting, I will talk about it. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next. Not the next video. In the next podcast. Bye.